Charlie's pleading with her. Please, can I have my ball back? And she's going to give it to him. Chris Sargent for his third frame, and he'll shoot at the 5 and the 8. 5 and the 9. Right on it.
Don't forget, next weekend we will have Candlepin skins once again from Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill on Saturday at noon, and Tom Morgan will be back for his 9th straight week. Incredible. And then, of course, next Sunday we will start a brand new series here on Stars and Stripes. Sunday at noon. 8 fill for Chris Sargent and another spare lead.
Looking at the 2 and the 4, trying to make it 2 marks in a row in 3 out of 4 boxes, starting the second game. Quietly increasing his lead. Oh, on the object pin, drove the 2 pin straight back.
And a 10. We will pause right here. Chris Sargent has doubled his lead here in the first 4 boxes of Game 2. We'll be back with more of Championship Week after this.
Here are the winning numbers from last night's Tri-State Megabucks drawing. Candlepin Stars and Strikes is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola Classic. Always the real thing, always Coca-Cola.
Charlie Willey. Before the break, we were talking about Tom Morgan getting set for his 9th week in a row on Candlepin skins this coming weekend. We don't want to leave out Eric Young, who's going to be back for his 5th straight week, as he's been doing it right along with Tom the last 4 weekends in a row.
You see the conversion of a nice spare by Charlie Willey in the 5th. Just 5. 3, 6, 10 on the right, 4, 7 on the left.
Nine box for Charlie. Only 1 strike in this match so far. He was back in the first game by this man, Chris Sargent. And a near strike there.
Oh. I think that piece of wood was coming maybe to knock that 5 pin over, and that second piece kind of stopped it and turned it around. Just the 5 pin left for another mark.
Got it.
Every other box. Lane 32. Gonna solve 31.
6 marks in all now for Chris. Brooklyn pocket and another 9-pin drop. That front piece of wood to stay off to the left. So far it's cooperating. Looks like it'll stay there. And 2 in a row.
Increases the lead to 41, plus the ball coming on the spare in the 6th.
Charlie Willey with one of the best pocket hits he's had all day, and look at the result.
Can't seem to buy a mark. That ball was dead in the 1-3 pocket. Leaves himself the 5, 7, no wood. Very difficult to convert that for a spare.
And it'll be an 8. That's got to be discouraging.
It really does. You know, it almost seems like the longer you go without getting a few marks up, the tighter you get, and it just seems to take a lot off the ball.
Oh,
boy.
There's how to solve it. First strike for Charlie.
That time he crossed over in the 1-2 pocket, but nice and tight. This time he gets a lot of pin action.
Very easily, that could have been a double strike.
Certainly could. So regardless of how many pins you're ahead or behind, that triple strike pool is something to shoot for. And of course, the total pinfall in this particular match is very important as far as the Tournament of Champions goes.
Half Worcester on the spare for Chris. And now he'll try and solve it for a 10 bucks. And he does. He gave a little bounce on the way down. Chris Sargent has won 7 straight matches here on Stars and Strikes in the last 3 years.
Oh.
No, not quite. $10, 2 open frames.
You just never can give up. I mean, he's down by 45, working on a strike. If he was to throw a double, he'd be pretty close to be back in the match, but it can turn around in a hurry.
Big ball here. In
That
the
was
pocket.
good enough.
Yes.
There it is.
Well.
Keeps fighting. Keeps throwing that ball. That's twice in the 1-2 pocket. Looks like that's the pocket for him today. You would think it wouldn't be because of the ball, way his ball goes, but for the triple. Oh, pretty close.
Important, though, to get a good first ball, though, on that double strike. He did that. Ooh, nothing happening there on the second shot, though. Charlie will take a 9 and a 133 with 64 pins in the last 3 boxes.
That's a pretty good game with only 3 marks. That's how important those double strikes are.
Did I say 133? It was 123.
I think you did. And Charlie says he'll take it.
54 pins in the last 3 boxes, not 64.
I was going to say, if Chris was unable to mark these final 2 games, final 2 frames, Charlie's going to be pretty close, a long ways from the 45 he was down.
No mark there. So in the 2 boxes that Charlie Willey had his double strike, Chris Sargent had 2 10s. And the difference,
Picked up 25.
25 pins.
Right. Cut the lead more than in half.
Oh, my.
You go back to the game, I believe it was it Tom Morgan who threw the 190 something, and then the very next game he came back and he didn't hit 100. Right. So this game, it can turn on you.
And that will be a 9-box for Chris Sargent, a 125, a 2-game total of 242. So the difference is 20. Chris Sargent in the lead, 1 game to go to decide the championship here on Stars and Strikes. We'll be back.